Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my workshop. You may or may not be aware that when I started doing the electronic bead screw project, I put up a video with the intention of detailing how I got the display working and everything was fine and dandy. It turned out not to be the case, and I got extremely disheartened with the whole thing and was about to throw in the towel, so I took that video down. I've since had time to think how much money I've actually spent on bits on this, and reality set in. So I bought a new Launch XL panel or board from Texas Instruments. It turns out that I'd tried the old one. I don't know how clumsiness I expect. But anyway, that's working, and the rest of the bits, apart from a few bolts here and there, have arrived. And so I'm going to continue with an occasional report by video on how I'm getting on. And I've amassed most of the parts now, like I say, with the exception of a few bolts. And well, let's go and have a look at the bits and pieces, and then I'll show you a bit of panel engraving and cutting out, which I've done on the Shepoko router. Hope you enjoy. Right, we're all loaded up and ready to go. It's still pretty darn noisy when the spindle's running, so I'll switch it on and then just let the program run. It'll only be a few seconds, not long at all. I'll just have a quick hoover up and then show you what it's turned out like. Why is everything so darn noisy? I'll just take the phone out of the mount. I don't know whether that will be sturdy enough. I may have to beef it up and use aluminium, but we'll see how it goes, at least to try it out. Okay, I'll see you in a minute doing something else. Well, one false start later. I've reset the 0 or the Z axis. This corner had sprung up slightly on the self-adhesive tape that it's mounted on and was giving a false Z reading. Consequently, it was just engraving, but engraving thin air. So we'll have another go. On comes the spindle. luck watching paint dry, but I'll switch this off now and take you over and give you another shot of the finished article. Okay, I've changed the program to do the cutouts and the holes in the panels. I've put a 4mm end mill in the router, zeroed it all out as before, and I'm about to press the button and switch the spindle on. Fingers crossed it's going to work okay. That surprised me. Well done if you stuck with it all through that lot. I'll probably turn the volume down. I had to put the vacuum cleaner on because I didn't want it to recut all the chips and bits and bobs. But I'll have a bit of a clean up and come back when it's looking spicky and spanny. Over on the workbench, somewhat cluttered now. I thought I'd give you a quick spin around the ingredients. This is the toothed pulley wheel which will go on the output shaft from the back of the lathe. 72 tooth, driving a 16 tooth on the spindle encoder to give me the 4.5 to 1 reduction required. Bits and bobs for the display board. That's the old one. I had to replace that because it came chipped on the end. There's a bit of a scratch on it and it wasn't working anyway, I don't think. But anyway, that's new board's got to have a new clip on it, a new connector soldered to it here on the reverse side. The ELS boost board is on the Launch XL. These are the encoder parts mountings that I've made. There's a spacer to go between these two. The encoder will mount on the underside here, and there's facility for a small amount of movement to adjust the tension on the belt. Thinking ahead for a change. The lead screw closed loop servo motor, or stepper motor I should say. Various odd connectors. The box for the display panel. 5 volt 2 amp supply. More wiring sockets. Don't know what they are. Oh yes, I do. They're connectors for the PCB stepper driver, a spindle encoder with the 16 tooth pulley ready mounted, and these are the panels which I've just machined out and just shown you. It's now a matter of gathering it all together, doing an enormous amount of wiring, and well, bench testing it first before putting it on the lathe. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have been watching and sat through all that milling, thanks again, and perhaps I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.